It's truly thrilling to be here today with my friends and colleagues, distinguished national and international dignitaries to celebrate the dedication of the National Ignition Facility. NIF began as a dream more than 50 years ago to bring the power of the sun to Earth to service mankind. From the beginning, that dream had three important objectives: to strengthen national security, to strengthen our science and technology, and to strengthen our energy security. We've stayed true to those objectives. That dream began to take form in the 1960s with the invention of two things that allowed us to miniaturize the sun. First was the invention of the laser, and second, the miniaturization of thermonuclear fusion. We're extraordinarily happy today to have two of the most important people in making that dream take reality here with us. Professor Charles Townes, who invented the laser, and Professor John Knuckles, who won the Maxwell Prize for his fusion work and is former director of this laboratory. I'm also pleased that Ray Lavery is here. Ray actually built the first laser with Ted Mayman and Hughes in 1960. To become a reality, that dream required partnerships that could endure the challenges and the triumphs, challenges that could endure over decades. The first and foremost was a partnership between the United States government and the University of California that came to this laboratory in 1952. Fusion energy was one of the first missions of this laboratory. We're extraordinarily pleased today to have Mr. Richard Blum, Chairman of the UC Board of Regents, and President Mark Udoff, President of the University of California, here with us today. From the very beginning, our success was tied to our international partners. In fact, as many of you may have heard yesterday, one of the first glass lasers from this laboratory came from France. So I'm very pleased that we have here today with us Professor Mark Welland, Chief Scientific Advisor to the Minister of Defense in the UK, Sir John Beddington, Chief Science Advisor to Her Majesty's Government, Daniel Vervard, Director of the Division of Military Applications of the French Atomic Energy Commission, and Dr. Hiroshi Azeki, Director of the Institute of Laser Engineering from Japan. Making that dream of fusion in the laboratory a reality has required a set of incredible long-standing partnerships across the laboratories of this nation, and in particular, the three National Nuclear Security Laboratories. I'm very pleased that today we have several of my friends and colleagues: Professor Robert McCrory from the University of Rochester, Mike Anastasio, Director of Los Alamos and former Director of Livermore, and Dr. Tom Hunter, Director of Sandia. NIF was built by the workforce of the world, from iron workers and millwrights and electricians to industrial-scale engineering and construction companies to firms that manufacture high-technology optics. We're very pleased to have the representative of the thousands of companies and the thousands of workers who helped build NIF and make it a reality. An undertaking like NIF has required incredible dedication, focus, and prioritization in successive administrations, successive Congresses, in the Department of Energy, in the laboratory system, and particularly here at Livermore. Our success was intimately tied to the continuity of support of continuous directors. This approach was initiated when Johnny Foster and Mike May were directors here. It began in earnest under Roger Batesel. Gained approval when John Knuckles was director. Moved forward under the directorship of Bruce Tarter and flourished under the directorship of Mike Anastasio. We owe them all a tremendous gift of gratitude for their vision and their fortitude and their sacrifices to make this a reality. Please give them a round of applause. To create the capability like NIF also required an organization with incredible creativity, discipline, technical depth, and technical breadth, and innovative leadership. The laboratory's laser program has been blessed by some of the world's most foremost and outstanding scientists and leaders. First, Carl Hausmann, who had the vision and organizational acumen to create the laser directorate and the good sense to hire John Emmett. John Emmett, who built the laser program into much of what you see today and established the basic approaches. J.I. Davis, who was instrumental in gaining the initial support and making the key decisions. And Mike Campbell, who through his tremendous personal effort and vigor convinced the national technical and political community that it was important to build NIF. We've enjoyed tremendous support from our local community. We're very pleased to have Mayor Kamina and Supervisor Scott Haggerty here with us today. Today's events would not have been possible without the steadfast leadership of our friends in Congress. Congresswoman Ellen Tauscher was here with us 12 years ago when we first broke ground for NIF, and she has been a tremendous supporter throughout that time period in moving forward this important project. We've enjoyed tremendous support from the congressional delegation of the state of California. Congressman McNerney has been a welcome addition for his vision and leadership in science in the Congress. And our country's fusion advocate, Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren, who's been a supporter of NIF from the very beginning. We're especially pleased to have Senator Dianne Feinstein here, who has been with us and part of this journey the whole way, and at critical junctures has used her credibility to make sure that NIF was allowed to move forward. So we thank you very much. As you will hear, NIF is a tremendous story for the state of California. Laser was first demonstrated in California. Much of the technology that is embodied in NIF came from the state of California. So we're very pleased to have with us Governor Schwarzenegger to help participate in this grand celebration. Most importantly of all are the thousands of people across the laboratory and the nation and the world who have dedicated their creativity and their talents and their hard work to the success of NIF. They're the true heroes of NIF. Every part of the laboratory has participated in making NIF a success, and every part of the laboratory should be justifiably proud. Working on NIF is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the men and women who have devoted their professional lives and careers to this historic event. And I thank you all from the bottom of my heart.